Namaskaram, Bhagavad Gita, 6th chapter, 30th sloka. In this sloka, Bhagavan says, one who sees me in all and sees all in me, to him I am not lost and he is not lost to me. In this sloka, Bhagavan explains about the second state of yogi. The previous sloka, he explains the first state of yogi, the yogi who has the vision of equanimity. So he looks at everyone equally. He considers everyone equally because he looks at others as Atma. In this sloka, he explains one who sees everything in God and one who sees God in everything. So they are closer to God and God also comes closer to them because Bhagavan likes them. Bhagavan likes such yogis because they treat everyone equally and they see Bhagavan in everyone. And they see Bhagavan is made up of everything. And Bhagavan has created everything. So everything has got the presence of God. So Bhagavan is in everything and Bhagavan holds everything. So the one who realizes it comes closer to God. And God never misses such yogis. God gives darshan to such yogis. And those yogis also never go away from Bhagavan. So this is this sort of relationship between them. So the yogi sees the other Atma as Bhagavan. So here, how can he see the Atma as Bhagavan? Because the Atma is not related to, not attached to body. Only when the body is attached to Atma, we make differences. We see all these differences with reference to body. Fair, dark, tall, short, and beautiful, ugly, and we say all this, we compartmentalize. So that is related to physics, based on physics. But once the body is away from Atma, Atma is equal. Atma is equivalent to Bhagavan because Atma contains the 8 divine qualities of Bhagavan. The 8 divine qualities are there is no more sin attached to Atma. There is no anger. There is no thirsty. There is no old age. There is no death. And all actions are good actions. And all actions are successful, true actions. So, Atma has got these qualities. That is why Yogi sees Atma as Bhagavan here. And Bhagavan holds all creatures within him. So this is what we should understand from this sloka. Bhagavan is everywhere, in everything. Those who believe in that, the yogis believe in that, they act based on this belief. So Bhagavan gives darshan to such yogis. And those yogis also do not miss having the darshan of Bhagavan. So both of them move closer to each other. So the yogi sees everything in connection with God. And they see God in everything. If you don't have that kind of mind, what happens? You develop hatred. For example, if you see a person whom you don't like and you develop hatred. But if you see that person as Atma, or if you see God is in him, then So you see the presence of God in him. Then you will not develop hatred. So this is how the mind has to think of. If you don't see the presence of God in that person, what happens? You are disturbed. So when you are disturbed, when your mind is disturbed, we move away from that divinity. We move away from that thought of divinity. So what happens? You develop more of hatred. So you always be in union with God. So when you develop hatred, when you develop anger, when you develop all jealous, so what happens? That union with God ceases. So that will be you take it as God is testing us whether we have reached that mental state, feeling, that is seeing the presence of God in others. If you follow that, we will not get anger at all. We will not develop any enmity. So see Bhagavan in all. That's what the message is given by this sloka. Bhagavan deliberately arranged to experience the tribulations in the world. That is to develop detachment. So that is the lesson we should learn. So to make us get detached from all that, he creates all these experiences. So we move away from the material life. So we keep divinity in our mind. So we keep God and we see God in others too. Then God appears, or we get the grace of God if we have the vision of seeing God in others too, God in all creatures. So Krishna always, Bhagavan always preaches oneness, one in all in one, to be accomplished. Sama yoga. Sama yoga is samatvam. So this is the message we get from this. So how this helps us to develop peaceful life without developing enmity with anyone around us. So seeing God in others, seeing God in other creatures, so we become compassionate. We will become very understanding, and we do not show any discrimination. Take example of Prahalada. Prahaladan, he told his father Hiranyakashipu, God is everywhere. God is everything. God is in everybody. Hiranyakashipu became angry and asked him whether is he in this pillar, is he in that floor. So he keeps asking that, but Prahalada says yes, he is there, he is here. So finally, when Hiranyakashipu asks, is he in this pillar, Prahalada says yes. So Bhagavan was waiting for Prahalada, that if he says he is in the wall, he is in the floor. So he was getting ready to present himself in the place which is mentioned by Prahalada. So when Prahalada says yes, he is in this pillar, then he goes into the pillar and he comes out as Narasimha, the lion face. So it was in the form of lion man. So this is how Bhagavan does. He is fond of devotees and is ready to do anything for devotees, and he rescues them from the bad ones. So this is what happened in Prahalada. Prahalada's story gives us explanation of this sloka, because Prahaladan sees God in everything and everywhere. So that is what happened in his life. So wherever he went, he was saved by God. Even he was pushed from mountain, he was pushed into the fire, and he was made to be bitten by snake. So God appeared everywhere and protected him. So the message from this sloka is, let's have very strong belief that God is everywhere and value everything. So this is what we should follow, so that there will... In Prahlada's life, Hiranyakashipu tried 74 times. He did 74 cruel actions to kill Prahlada. And every time God saved him because Prahlada was very dear to him. Then finally, Bhagavan became very angry and he took Narasimha Avatara and killed Hiranyakashipu. This is what explained by Thirumangai Alvar in his Pasurams. Anganyalam Anja Angu Or Alariyai Avanan Ponga Agam Mallugiral Poinda Punidanidam Painga Nane Kombu Kondu Pattimayal Adiki Chenganali Tiranjum Singavel Kundrame. Singavel Kundram is a place, one of the Videshams where the main deity is Narasimha. So Alvar explains, Bhagavan became angry at Hiranyan and went to him as lion man and opened his chest with sharp claws and killed him. This making people frightened to see him. And in Singavel Kundram, he appears as Narasimha. And people worship him with devotion. Bhagavan loves his devotees. So he is ready to help them. In the other Pasuram, Thunai Adanodu Ariyai Vandu Tondri, Pena Avanan Udalam Pilandettai, Chenar Tirivengada Mamale Meya, Kona Kanayai Kurikul Eneniye. So in this Pasuram he says, Narasimha, in this Avatara he came as Narasimha, but he is the one who stays in Tirumala as Tiruvengada Mudayan. So that is what explained by Alvar in this. So you are the god of Tiruvengada hill, and you took the form of pillar. You appeared in the pillar and you split it open and emerged from it, and you killed Hiranyan, and you emerged from pillar as lion man and killed Hiranyan. Your arrows never fail to hit their targets. So protect me. So Bhagavan Alvar is praying to God to protect him, because everywhere we feel we have this presence of God. That is what he says. You were in the pillar and you came out and killed Hiranyakashipu. So God is everywhere. This is what Thirumangai Alvar explaining in this Pasuram. Then if you take the history of Embar, Embar was the cousin of Sri Ramanuja, and Embar became the disciple of Ramanuja, and once Embar was doing service to his Acharyan, and so they were both Embar and Ramanuja were staying in Tirumala. This happened there. Once Ramanuja saw Embar preparing the bed for his Acharyan, and he was lying on that. So Ramanuja was shocked to see that, because he didn't like, because that bed was meant for Acharyan. We should not lie there. So he asked Embar, why do you do that? And Embar said, no, if there is any harmful insect, and it will bite our Acharyan. So I am testing whether there is anything, so that even if it is there, that will bite me. So this is what we see Bhagavan in. So Embar saw Bhagavan in Acharyan. So that is why you could do that. Otherwise he would be scared of his own life. He was not scared of his life, and that was a service to his Acharyan, and he saw Bhagavan in his Acharyan. Then another thing, this was not a man, it's an animal. So once Embar was walking through the street, and he found a snake, and he went near it. He opened that mouth and he put his hand inside and Ramanuja happened to see this. Ramanuja got wild. Why is he harming the snake? Then he asked, why do you harm? All this are sin. You are causing, you are making that animal uncomfortable. Why do you do that? Then Embar explained, no, I am not disturbing the animal. I am not hurting the animal. This snake had been suffering because of some thorn inside his mouth. So I wanted to save this snake. So I removed that thorn from its mouth. Ramanuja was so pleased to see him. He took the risk of putting hand inside, and he did it because Embar saw God, Bhagavan, in the snake. So he did not have the fear. He wanted to serve, and he saw the snake as Atma. So that is the state of yogi. The yogis do not take care of themselves. They do selfless service. That is what done by Embar. Then another example we can say Nampadwan. Nampadwan, who used to sing songs in front of the temple, and every Ekadasi he goes there. So on that particular Ekadasi, he went, and he is a yogi he never went inside the temple. He used to stay outside, and he believed that God is everywhere. So he didn't mind. He didn't feel bad that he did not go inside the temple. He was very happy standing outside because he believed God hears me. God sees me. God is near me. God is here. It is not that if I don't go inside, God will not see me, or I cannot see God. So, because of his attitude, God asked that flag post to move away, and he gave full darshan to Nampadwan. So, Nampadwan was so happy to see the full image of Bhagavan. So, this is what happens in yogi's life. Because he believed God is everywhere, and he believed that God could hear him from wherever he is. So he was rewarded by God. So with this belief, let's live very peaceful life, and God is everywhere. God is in all creatures. So let's treat everyone equally.